Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of World Kryptonite, where we delve into the challenges of a code review discussion between Kryptonite, a dedicated developer, and Aqua, their manager. Today, we're exploring the dynamics of a crucial code review as the project nears its final stages before release. Let's set the stage for a thought-provoking conversation that will uncover the intricacies of this critical process. Stay tuned as we navigate through the complexities of ensuring code quality and stability amidst changing requirements and managerial pressures.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 8th episode of World Kryptonite. I'm Aqua, your co-host today, and I'm excited to dive into this crucial code review discussion with Kryptonite. Kryptonite, thanks for being here and sharing your progress with us. Let's get started. So Kryptonite, I've taken a look at your code, and I must say there are a few things that caught my attention. I noticed the indentation in some of your loops is off. It's a small detail, but consistency is key, don't you think? Also, the variable names could be more descriptive. Let me give you an example. Instead of data, maybe user data would be clearer. It might seem nitpicky, but these details matter when it comes to readability and maintainability. What are your thoughts on that?
Thank you for your feedback, Aqua. You're absolutely right that consistency is crucial, especially when working in a team. I agree that proper indentation is important for readability and maintainability. However, I do feel that at this stage of the project, where we're nearing release, it might be more beneficial to focus on critical issues that could impact the stability of the code rather than minor stylistic choices. Regarding the variable names, I understand your point about clarity. I chose data because it's a commonly used term in our codebase, and in this specific context it's widely understood. While user data is more descriptive, I'm concerned that changing variable names at this point could introduce unnecessary risks without providing significant clarity. Perhaps we could prioritize addressing the most critical issues first, and then consider these minor adjustments if time permits. This way, we ensure the code is both stable and maintainable without getting bogged down by less important details. I value your input and the importance of code quality, but I also believe in being efficient and practical as we near the project's release.
Thank you, Kryptonite, for your thoughtful response. I appreciate your focus on prioritizing critical issues to ensure the code's stability as we near release. However, I also believe that maintaining consistency in our codebase is crucial for long-term maintainability and teamwork. How about we strike a balance? Let's first address the most critical issues to ensure everything is stable for release. After that, we can do a quick pass to tidy up any glaring inconsistencies in indentation and variable naming. This way, we remain efficient while also setting ourselves up for success in future development. What do you think?
Look, Aqua, I get where you're coming from with the code quality, but honestly it's getting really tough to keep up with all these changes. We're so close to finishing this project, and I feel like we're getting bogged down in details that don't really affect how the code runs. I'm all for making things better, but the constant shifts in what we're focusing on are making it hard to stay motivated. Can't we just lock things down now and make sure everything works smoothly for the release?
Kryptonite, I understand your eagerness to finalize the project, but let's not overlook the long-term implications. The details we're refining now are crucial for the project's maintainability and scalability. Skipping them could lead to hidden issues that surface later, causing more work and delays. It's not just about meeting the deadline, it's about ensuring the code remains robust and efficient for the future. Your focus seems a bit narrow. Let's make sure we're not compromising quality for the sake of speed.
Aqua, I understand your concerns about maintainability and scalability, and I agree those are important for the project's long-term success. However, I also believe we need to find a balance. We're very close to finishing, and while I'm committed to quality, I'm worried about the impact of constant changes on our timeline and team morale. Perhaps we can prioritize the most critical issues that directly affect stability and scalability, and address less critical ones after the release. This way, we ensure the project is robust for the future without getting bogged down now. It's not about compromising quality, but about being practical and managing our resources effectively. I'm not just focused on speed, I'm thinking about the team's morale and the project's overall success. Let's aim to deliver a solid product on time and then continue to refine it. It's about sustainability and keeping the team motivated for the long haul.
Kryptonite, I appreciate your emphasis on balance and practicality, but I must stress that delaying even minor fixes now could lead to significant issues later. From past experiences, I've seen how overlooked details can escalate into major problems down the line. It's crucial we address everything now to ensure the project's long-term success and robustness. Thoroughness and precision are non-negotiable if we want to avoid future headaches and maintain the project's integrity.
Aqua, I appreciate your willingness to balance our approach, but I'm growing concerned about the shifting priorities. It feels like we're adjusting course frequently, which is making it tough for the team to focus on critical issues. Each change, no matter how small, adds up and pulls us away from what really matters for the release. Could we work on stabilizing the requirements to avoid last-minute changes that might delay us?
Kryptonite, I understand your concern about consistency, but let's not forget that perfection is what sets us apart. Every adjustment I make is with the project's best interest in mind. While it might seem like a lot now, these changes are crucial for the final product. I'm not just managing this project, I'm shaping its future. Sometimes that means making tough calls, even if they challenge the status quo. Let's focus on getting this just right.
Aqua, I agree that quality is essential, but let's not lose sight of our deadline. While striving for perfection is admirable, we're at a critical juncture where stability is paramount. Each adjustment, no matter how small, can have a ripple effect, potentially delaying our release and impacting the team's morale. I propose we focus on the most critical issues now to ensure a smooth launch, with plans to address less urgent matters post-release. This way, we maintain our standards without compromising on timely delivery.
Kryptonite, while I understand your focus on the deadline, I must stress that these small changes are not merely about nitpicking. They are about laying a solid foundation for the future. Each adjustment we make now prevents larger, more cumbersome issues from arising later. Your approach seems to prioritize immediacy over integrity, which could compromise our project's long-term success. Let's not be short-sighted. The bigger picture demands attention to detail now.
I strongly believe that making such changes just before release isn't advisable. At this stage, our focus should be on ensuring stability and meeting the deadline. Introducing changes now risks introducing new bugs and delaying the release, which could have serious consequences. While I understand the importance of maintainable code, we need to balance that with the practical reality of delivering a working product on time. Perhaps we can address less critical issues post-release. Let's prioritize stability now and schedule other improvements for after the launch.
I understand your concerns about stability, Kryptonite, but let's not overlook the long-term implications. From past experiences, I've seen how minor issues can escalate into major problems if left unaddressed. Delaying these fixes now could lead to significant headaches down the line. While I agree with meeting deadlines, I believe it's crucial we ensure everything is as polished as possible before release. Your approach seems a bit too relaxed, and I worry it might leave room for errors that could have been prevented. Let's not risk our project's success by cutting corners now.
I appreciate your concern for the project's long-term success, Aqua, and I agree that minor issues can sometimes grow into larger problems. However, I believe we need to strike a balance between addressing critical issues now and maintaining code quality. At this stage, our primary focus should be on ensuring stability and meeting the deadline. To manage this effectively, I propose we categorize the issues into critical and non-critical. Let's tackle the critical ones immediately to ensure the product's stability, while scheduling the non-critical issues for post-release. This approach allows us to maintain a high standard of code quality without risking delays or introducing new bugs so close to the release. By prioritizing our efforts, we can deliver a stable product on time while also planning for future maintainability. This balance will help us avoid unnecessary risks and ensure the project's success without compromising our timeline or the team's productivity.
I understand where you're coming from, Kryptonite, but I'm concerned that categorizing issues into critical and non-critical might lead us to overlook important details that could impact the project's maintainability down the line. While focusing on critical issues now seems efficient, it might set us up for more work later that could have been avoided by addressing everything up front. I worry that this approach, though practical, might be too narrow and could result in overlooking key aspects that ensure the project's long-term success. Let's consider the bigger picture and ensure we're not setting ourselves up for future headaches by delaying important fixes.
Aqua, I understand your point about future complications, but I can't help feeling that the constant changes and lack of autonomy are taking a toll on my motivation. It's like every decision I make is under a microscope, and it's hard to feel trusted in my role. If we could find a way to trust the team to handle their tasks effectively, I believe we'd not only meet the deadline but also boost everyone's morale and efficiency.
Kryptonite, I understand your feelings, but let me be clear. Trust is earned through results, not given freely. The success of this project is my responsibility, and I won't compromise on the standards that will ensure its perfection. If the pressure is overwhelming, that's a matter for you to manage. My focus remains unwavering on delivering excellence, and I expect nothing less from the team.
Aqua, I understand your commitment to excellence and the importance you place on earning trust through results. However, I believe there's a balance to be struck. While trust is indeed earned, it's also essential to foster an environment where trust is shared. Constant oversight can stifle creativity and initiative, leading to burnout and decreased motivation. I'm concerned that the current management approach, while well-intentioned, may be counterproductive. The lack of autonomy and the pressure to meet ever-changing demands can lead to diminished morale and ultimately affect the project's success. Perhaps we could consider setting clear, achievable goals and then allow the team the freedom to meet them. This approach could build trust through consistent delivery and empower the team to feel more motivated and invested in the project's outcome. In essence, while striving for excellence is commendable, the way we achieve it matters. A more collaborative and trusting environment could lead to greater efficiency and innovation, ensuring the project's success and the well-being of the team.
I hear your concerns, Kryptonite, but let's be clear. This is a critical phase of the project. Relaxing standards now could lead to catastrophic failures. I won't let that happen. My approach ensures excellence, and if you can't align with that, then perhaps this team isn't the right place for you.
After careful consideration, I've come to realize that continuing in this environment is unsustainable. Aqua's management style has created a toxic atmosphere where trust and autonomy are lacking. Despite efforts to find balance, the constant changes and micromanagement have taken a toll on my well-being and professionalism. It's clear that this situation is not conducive to my growth or the project's success. Therefore, I've decided it's best to step away and seek a healthier work environment.
Quitting now? That's not going to look good for you. You're just going to burn bridges and make it harder for yourself in the future. If you can't handle the pressure, then maybe you're not the right person for this project. I'm just trying to ensure everything is perfect, and if you can't see that, then leaving might be best for both of us.
I understand your concerns about the timing and the impact on the project, but I feel that this environment isn't allowing me to perform at my best. I've tried to find a balance, but the constant pressure and lack of trust have made it clear that it's time for me to move on. I appreciate the opportunities I've had here, and I hope the project succeeds in the future.
I understand your perspective and the challenges you faced in this environment. It's clear that you feel the current setup isn't aligning with your professional growth and well-being. While I respect your decision, I want to emphasize that my approach is driven by a commitment to excellence and the long-term success of the project. High standards are crucial, and sometimes that means making tough decisions to ensure quality. Trust is indeed something that grows over time, and I believe it's rooted in consistent performance and dedication to our goals. I appreciate your contributions and wish you the best in finding a setting that better fits your needs. I'm open to feedback and always looking for ways to improve, even as I uphold the standards that I believe are essential for our project's success.
Thank you all for joining us on this episode of World Kryptonite. It's been a tough conversation, but I hope it's given you some insight into the challenges we face. If you're dealing with similar situations, I encourage you to keep pushing for balance and maybe seek out environments that value your contributions. Until next time, take care and keep coding wisely.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of World Kryptonite. It's clear that some of us prioritize perfection while others settle for good enough. The choice is yours. Until next time, stay vigilant and keep coding. Farewell.